Blessings and peace to you on this still fairly frigid day, March the 15th, 2023, where I come to you attempting to find some energy and hope and delight in these daffodils and in the forsythia behind me. They seem to have come through the frigid temperatures the last 48 hours quite well. I hope you have as well. A few announcements and highlights for your week. Number one, this Saturday, you might have seen the announcement last week. Our Western North Carolina Association, the WNCA, is the association that we are part of. That is our conference within the UCC. Our conference is called the Southern Conference, and then we are in the Western North Carolina Association. And this Saturday is the spring educational event. Here's the good news. It is digital, so you can sign up for it. It's only $10, and if you don't like it, well, then you just leave and know that the money is going to a good cause. This particular one is going to be very good. They're all usually very good. And this one, in this season of Lent, we have been using poetry. Poetry is a light into the soul. Following Epiphany and a season where we aspired for light, sometimes that light comes through cracks. Sometimes that light is full on. Where we have been using that light in concert and in conversation with our biblical stories to find understanding for how we are called to grieve, how we are called to understand despair and fear, and then how to be in community with all of that, knowing that when we share these things with one another, will we find healing within those. And in this regard, I want to offer you a poem by Marilyn Nelson. It is called Generous Listening. A conversation can be a contest or a game of catch with invisible balloons. They bounce between us, growing and shrinking, sometimes floating like cloud medicine balls, and sometimes bowling at us like round anvils. You toss a phrase and understanding blooms, like an anemone of colored lights. My mind fireworks with unasked questions. Who is this miracle speaking to me? And who is this miracle listening? What amazingness are we creating? Out of gray matter, a star spark of thought leaps between synapses into the air and pours through gray matter into my heart. How can I not listen generously? And I offer you this poem to let you know that we are beginning this next round of emerging from isolation, connection and reconnection. And we have two new hosts, Terry Clevenger and Renee Bowman, have graciously and with excitement said, yeah, I would love to lead one of those, and not really lead, but host these conversations. And we've changed the questions a little bit. You are still welcome to talk about where you come from and those pieces of your history that would help us know you better. And in this round, we're going to ask 3 new questions. And one of those is, so how do you understand Christianity? What does that mean to you in this new age in which we're living? And another question is, what drives you? What are your passions? What are those things that get you excited about life? And then finally, the fun question that I like to ask is, so are you one of those that travels to eat? Or are you one of those that eats to travel? And so how do you understand that necessity of caloric intake, food, meals? So those are our questions now. I hope you will sign up for one of those. And if you don't want to sign up, would you at least let us know that you're coming? Because we're trying to keep them small and intimate so this generous listening can really go deep and we can expand our connections with one another. And if there's no one going to be there, then I don't want to make Terry drive over the mountain to get here. So would you please allow us to know if you're possibly coming through either signing up or letting us know. One other thing that your council, your moderators are going to embark upon, specifically in this next council meeting and then moving forward deeper and deeper and deeper, For a few years now, we have had these different conversations of, we need a strategic plan. Where are we going? Who are we? And we've been asking those questions, but we really haven't landed anywhere. And many of you know, because we like to do it all. And we also know that when sometimes we narrow our focus, or we know how we would define ourselves, that allows us to actually do even more focused work that goes deeper. So, attached to this email, we are going to each month take a piece of a proposed outlook, strategic plan. Who might we be called? How might we define ourselves? And each month we're going to take a different look at this, inviting your responses, inviting your visions and dreams into this process. What you're going to see here is a very rough draft of really what the conversations have been like over the last couple of years, and we have been tracking them and collecting them. And then we're going to say thank you to Pam Hodges for taking these pieces and just kind of throwing them up on a piece of paper, because sometimes having words in front of us is easier to work with than a blank sheet of paper. So this is going to be our starting point, and we're going to work our way to November and to our fall meeting, congregational meeting, and kind of see where we land there. So know this, in 2023, in our 21st year, as we really dive into who we are in our young adulthood as a church, as a community, as a congregation, I invite you to engage here. I invite you to offer your dreams, your heart, your passion, and to be a part of this journey that we're on. For there is a path, and it has invited you here. So I hope that you will search out your spirit, your soul, your heart, and listen for the still speaking God, the still speaking divine, calling you beloved. And may you know that your belovedness is welcome here. Until next week, see you then.